Good morning, everyone. It's a happy Sunday, and we're just going to get right onto the topic. Are shorts better than long form content? So, this is something I feel like, in my opinion, a lot of people are debating about, or they probably don't have a lot of information. But in my opinion, if I were to pick one or the other, I would say long form content is the way to go. Now, for a lot of people that are primarily doing shorts and you guys are seeing all these great results, then that's awesome. That's cool. But for a lot of you guys know that shorts do not pay as much as long form content. Why? Because if you really think about it, people are not on the shorts for a very long time. People, they just see that 15-second short and then they instantly just scroll away. So, is there really a lot of monetization opportunities for shorts? Yes, you can make money off of shorts. I've seen people make money off of shorts, but a lot of them have said that it does not lead to a bigger pay when it compared to long form content. So, a short could get millions of views, but it's not going to translate the same way as if a long form content were to get millions of views. So is it still possible to make money off of shorts? Obviously, entirely possible, because a lot of people do it. Now, there is a difference in strategy, in my opinion. So, because this has came from my experience, when I've done shorts in the past and they've done well, like they've gotten over 50K views, 70K views, 100K views, you are going to get a lot of subscribers. Trust me, you are going to get a lot of subscribers. So if you're thinking about doing shorts, do them because, they are going to get you a lot of subscribers. That's ultimately how I got to 15,000 subscribers. But here's the thing. Those subscribers are genuinely not going to translate to your long form content. So if you think a short, that has gotten 50K views and then you post a long form content, it's probably not going to get anywhere near 50K views. If anything, it'll probably get below, let's just say 1,000 views. And that's just because, sometimes we make shorts that are not really relatable to our long form videos. So it doesn't really translate well with each other. So you still can get, obviously, money from shorts. But if you were to make a long form video and that long form video were to get really popular, really viral, YouTube is going to see that. It's going to promote that video and your channel to a lot more people. And because it's a longer video, YouTube is going to put ads on it. And it's going to lead you to getting more revenue than if you were to have done a short. Now, obviously, there's a lot of people that are debating this, right? Shorts are cool because you get a lot more exposure. You get a lot more eyes on your channel because, they're so convenient. Yes, like I said, if you want to get a lot of subscribers, do shorts because that's going to promote your channel to a lot more people than a long form video. And you might get a lot more subscribers than if you were to post a long form video. But in my opinion, I feel like shorts, they give you that quick gratification, right? Because you post a short and in the span of an hour, it could get 2,000 views. So someone is going to be like, oh my gosh, 2,000 views in under an hour? Whoa, I am famous, But then they post a long form video and that long form video barely cracks 10 views in the first week, right? So it kind of like leads people to want to just primarily do shorts. But then, then you switch to long form and then it just doesn't translate well. So I guess what it comes down to is, what do you want your YouTube channel to be? Do you want it to just be primarily shorts, or do you want it to just be primarily long form content? Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to throw this at me. You guys are going to be like, well, Anthony, a lot of the famous people, celebrities, they post long form and shorts and they still get a lot of subscribers, a lot of views. Well, yes, that's because they are already an influencer. They are already YouTube famous or YouTube popular, so it doesn't matter what they post. People recognize them and they watch no matter what because of the person that they are. Right? So Mr. Beast is a prime example. He posts, a lot of you guys know, he posts those long form videos and yes, they get millions of views. And then he posts a short and it gets millions of views. But that's because it's Mr. Beast. Like it's a person that's already well known, well established on this platform. So people are going to watch no matter what. But let's say, for example, I do the same thing. One or the other is going to do well while the other one is going to suffer. Why? Because I am still not an influencer in this YouTube space. People don't even know who I am. Maybe there's a lot of new people coming to my channel, and this is the first video that they're watching. And first of all, I want to say thank you guys for clicking on this video. Hope you guys leave with some valuable information. Hopefully you guys leave with a good impression, because hopefully I give a good impression to a lot of you guys. For a lot of you guys that don't know me, I'm 27. I'm just a small channel trying to be not trying to be an influencer. I just want to be a good example, a good influence to society. But I've been working on this YouTube thing for 5 years, and honestly, I just want to continue to work on this until I become successful, because that's ultimately the goal, right? Everyone that's doing YouTube, they want to be doing this full time, and that's what I'm doing. And if you guys are new around here, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. But yes, long form content for me is the way to go. And it's the way to go for the majority of influencers out there. They see YouTube Shorts as just like this bonus add-on to their YouTube channel, right? So let's just say if long form content is kind of like the meat and the buns of a burger, while shorts is like the lettuce and the mayo, right? It only adds more things to the main component of the burger. But in my opinion, long form content is the main way to go on YouTube, because that's how it's always been. YouTube Shorts is just a recent addition to this whole platform. Long form content has been the staple for YouTube for so many years. And a lot of people had developed their careers just by posting long form content. So I'm not trashing on shorts. I'm just saying that you need to go about it in a very strategic way. Like if you want to just primarily post YouTube Shorts, then just do that. Because if you post long form content, that, in my opinion, is going to mess up the algorithm with your channel. Because especially in my case, I've told you guys many times with me that my shorts were a completely different niche than my long form videos. So people that subscribed for my shorts, now that they're seeing me post long form content, which is a different niche, they're going to be like, well, what the heck is going on here? Like, I subscribed because you were doing a food review on your shorts, and now you're over here talking about YouTube in your long form content. Like, bro, that's not what I subscribed for, right? So you need to pay attention to your demographic. You need to pay attention to your audience, because obviously, people that subscribe for food, they're not going to want to watch me just ramble and talk about YouTube, because that's not what they subscribed for. So that's something, if you want to be a YouTuber, you have to take that into consideration. What is my audience? Who are the people that I'm talking to? Am I talking to like-minded individuals? Am I talking to small channels that want to grow their YouTube channel? Right? So that's primarily what I'm doing right now. I'm giving insights on my 5 years of YouTube and what you guys could probably learn from my mistakes. And, me just being a random nobody, I want to show you guys and share with you guys my experience when it comes to YouTube, because maybe these tips can help someone out there that is maybe struggling with creating a channel, or maybe they're struggling with growth. I'm not saying I'm the best, right? I'm not saying I'm this YouTube expert. I'll leave that for the actual experts, right, on this YouTube platform that really dedicate their time into doing research. I've said this many times, I don't script my videos, so everything goes off the top of my head. And yes, I do make mistakes. Obviously, I'm human, right? We're all human. We all make mistakes. So if there's anything that you guys want to add to what I'm saying, go ahead and leave it in the comments. Or if there's any mistakes that I made, go ahead and correct me, and I'll give you guys my second opinion, my second insight. But for the most part, these are things that I'm experiencing as I walk in this journey of YouTube, because every single day I'm still learning new things. I'm still learning new things of how to grow my channel. I'm experimenting new ways, new titles. Maybe I'm updating titles so that I can see what works and what doesn't. I'm looking at my analytics. I'm seeing where people drop off. I'm seeing how many people click on my video, the impressions it leaves on the YouTube Explore page. I'm seeing where my views are coming from, where the traffic traffic is coming from, whether it's from suggested, whether it's from another link from another page on the internet. You know, these are all the things that you have to take into consideration. You know, how many views did you get this month? How many views did you get last year? And all these things, if you want to be a YouTuber, you kind of have to know a little bit about, right? You know, yes, you could probably just post on YouTube and not care about the analytics. But obviously, if you want to invest in your channel, you're going to have to look into the analytics and see where you could improve, see where you could find the mistake and just improve in every way, right? Because this is pretty much like your own small little business. And if a lot of small business owners that are out there, let's just say like a small business, when it comes to selling flowers, you don't think they're going to want to see what really sells? Maybe the daisies sell better in the spring than the roses. So what are they going to do? They're going to go invest in some more daisies, not roses. So same thing kind of with YouTube. You know, we're our own business owner. We need to see what works, what doesn't. Hey, I see that this video got 1,000 views. That's something that people want to watch. How did I film it? How did I do my intro? Was I very coherent when I was speaking? How was my attitude? How was my tonality? All these things you need to see, and you need to apply them to your future videos. So there's a quote that I've been saying that I really like, is that you fail, you learn, you grow, you repeat, right? Those are 4 words. And you know what? Like, I'm gonna make that my quote. Once I get successful, I'm gonna make that a quote, and I'm gonna put it in like a painting, or like in this board on my wall. And it's just gonna be fail, period, learn, period, grow, period, repeat, period. Right? Just 4 words, but those 4 words are going to leave a great impact to a lot of people that take them into heart. So in reality, yes, that's what we must do. And you could apply this to anything: school, job, small business, family relationship. You fail, you learn, you grow, and you repeat. Right? So I really love that quote. And that quote, I remember I just said it at the top of my head, and till this day, it still has stuck with me. So that I'm going to continue pushing that out. Fail, learn, grow, repeat. And yes, all of this is talking about shorts and long form content. So you know what? Try whatever works out for you. I'm not over here telling you guys, no shorts, just do long form. In my opinion, I would just stick to long form. But with this whole YouTube stuff, you could do whatever the heck you want. I am not your dad. I am not your authority figure. Like, I'm just a random dude, like I said, on YouTube, 27 years old, just recording videos in front of his computer, telling you guys my experiences. So if you guys want to do shorts, go ahead and do shorts. If you guys want to do long form, go ahead and do long form. If you guys want to do both, go ahead and do both. Honestly, just do whatever works for you, whatever makes you happy. And, you know, let us just continue growing. You know, if you guys are new around here, you guys know that I'm trying to hit 100K subscribers by the end of this year. Oh my gosh, I could only dream of hitting that by the end of this year. And I would love to hit 4,000 hours of watch time. So, you know, if I could hit that, that would make me so happy. And you know what? YouTube is going to recommend 2 videos right here. They're the videos that I guess YouTube just wants you to watch. So thank you guys for watching, for clicking on this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.